so much for staying with us, everyone. In just under an hour, we'll be announcing the 2021 winner of the Vincent HoSang UWI Venture Competition. For those of you who have been here, you've heard 8 wonderful presentations that actually span the range of mobile games to farming to smart lockers, some things that we didn't even know existed. But that proves the ingenuity of our young university students. There's so much that is happening behind the scenes, and I know sometimes you just see when the lights go on. But we have to say thanks to the team that is working here assiduously to ensure that the show runs smoothly. And even before one bulb goes on, even before one light switch is turned on, even before one camera starts to roll, it's because of the long-standing and faithful support of our partners why the Vincent HoSang competition can continue 20 years later. So I'd like to say thanks to our faithful partners that have been with us throughout the years. And it's deliberate that we say partners and not sponsors, because they share the vision in what this competition stands for and in the role that it plays in the development of not only our students, but also our nation. So at this point in time, we're going to begin our award ceremony. I know that's what so many persons have been waiting on. Have you seen your winners yet? Let us know in the chat. And to begin the award ceremony process, I'll now invite Dr. David McBean, the Executive Director of the Mona School of Business and Management, to give his opening remarks.
Thanks very much, Ramon, and good afternoon to all our viewers online and our participants, our sponsors, and of course the teams who make all this possible, our mentors, our steering committee. It's a pleasure for me to be here this afternoon to bring remarks on the 20th anniversary of the competition. And 20 years is a really amazing achievement. And so congratulations, especially to the Vincent HoSang Family Foundation for partnering with the UWI initially, and for all those, both existing and former sponsors, for sharing the dream. Before I go any further, I'd like to pay tribute to a real stalwart who left us earlier this month, Jimmy Masalaman. Jimmy was an executive in residence at the Mona School of Business and Management, and he really provided a bridge between ourselves and the business community. He was also a member of the steering committee of this competition. The best way to describe Jimmy is that he was a truly passionate patriot and believed that the future of the country lay with its young people and the unleashing of their creative potential. He was impatient of delays and believed in the MSBM and UWI as institutions to deliver this promise. We surely miss Jimmy Masalaman, and our best tribute to him will be to fulfill his wishes for the promise of entrepreneurship. As I said before, we are 20 years in this competition, and I'd like to pay tribute to the partners, Vincent HoSang Family Foundation and Caribbean Food Delights, Civil Aviation Authority of Jamaica, JMB John Duncan Foundation, the Development Bank of Jamaica, Guardian Group, BMAC, and MEC. You will notice that this is an interesting mix of public and private sector partnerships, and of course the UWIVC and education institutions, so we lay somewhere in between. And it speaks to the type of partnerships we will need to drive if we are to meet the goal of creating new businesses and providing opportunities for our young and not so young entrepreneurs. The 20th anniversary is one that we must celebrate. And again, I'd like to single out in particular Vincent HoSang and Sabrina HoSang Jordan for their, not only their generosity, but their passion and vision in starting a program like this all those years ago. But it's not just 20 years that we celebrate. We're celebrating over 10 fully commercialized businesses. We're celebrating over $50 million in seed money raised for young entrepreneurs. And we're celebrating those who have partnered with us to provide mentorship and education for these young entrepreneurs, many times gratis. And we're also celebrating the national competitions that we have won. But we're not resting on our laurels because there's a lot more to do if we are to drive entrepreneurship in this country. And we see ourselves as really one of the cogs that drive this process nationally. So while we thank those who have been on the journey for us, we're inviting even more persons to come on the journey with us for the next 20 years. Jamaica needs to grow. And we have to grow by doing unique things. And I think we have seen today 8 very unique and creative presentations. And I'd like to congratulate all of the participants here today. You're all winners in your own right. I hope that we see 8 successful companies come to the fore. And we look forward to another 20 years with you. And thank you all for participating with us.
Thanks so much, Dr. McBean, for those words of welcome and the opening remarks. As Dr. McBean mentioned, the Vincent HoSang competition is the offshoot of a seed that was sown 20 years ago, banking on the vision of the potential that our young students had to provide jobs for themselves and for the society at large. And come 20 years later, we're still, as Dr. McBean also mentioned, glad that we are a part of bringing a lot of these things to fruition, with several businesses being commercialized. And even those that don't commercialize, they have learned so much from the interaction with their mentors and with the judges. Vincent HoSang Family Foundation, Caribbean Food Delights, and Vincent HoSang himself have been integral to the creation of this competition. And to carry greetings on behalf of the Family Foundation and the Caribbean Food Delights is Mrs. Sabrina HoSang Jordan. You'll hear from her now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, near and far. It is indeed an honor and pleasure to address you on the 20th anniversary of the Vincent HoSang UWI Venture Competition. On behalf of the Vincent HoSang Family Foundation, Caribbean Food Delights, and Royal Caribbean Bakery, I bring you warm greetings from New York, although it is cold outside. This is an exciting moment in the history of the Vincent HoSang UWI Business Venture Competition, and we owe a debt of gratitude not just to my parents, but to the invaluable individuals who played a part in the formidable years, the loyalty and unwavering commitment of Doug Lindo and team, the UWI student community, sponsors throughout the years, and well-wishers. To everyone, congratulations. 2 decades ago, when my parents, Vincent and Jeanette HoSang, sought to make a difference in Jamaica, They knew they wanted to fund entrepreneurship education, but never envisioned the colossal growth the UWIVC program would garner over the years. It is encouraging to see participants given the opportunity to unlock the resources necessary to unleash their creative and innovative ideas, encouraged to use their talents and skills to harness ideas and opportunities, and given the guidance and mentorship to become successful business leaders in today's competitive and ever-changing global marketplace. As in any business venture, success ought to be measured, and the program is no different. My family is impressed with the vision and leadership of the mentoring body headed by Doug Lindo, the real-world educational experience for participants, the fresh and exciting business venture ideas year after year, the remarkable and highly professional presentations, the exceptional way in which participants positively represent the program, the number of teams that have moved on to commercialization, as well as representing the UWI in national and international business model competitions, and I could go on. These have been instrumental in the longevity and success of the Vincent HoSang UWI Venture Competition. These motivating factors are significant reasons why my family remains resolute in our commitment to the program and will continue using the returns from our businesses for its continuous improvement. As a symbol of our appreciation and to mark this significant milestone, we are donating another US $20,000 to the program's upkeep. To this year's finalists, best wishes for another robust competition. Know that you are all winners, as we are already inspired by your contribution thus far, and we can't wait to see your brands on the world stage. To the organizing body, though you would have preferred a total in-person event, you will agree that the virtual space has its positives, including providing greater awareness, limitless participation, and accessibility in a COVID world. Until we meet again, please accept my best wishes for a safe, healthy, prosperous, and productive new year, blessed with strength and determination. God bless you all.
Continued support that makes this program what it is today. And I just want to also bring to the attention of all the viewers and those in the room that Vincent HoSang's vision is shared by a number of other local entities. Entities such as Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority, the John Duncan Foundation, the Development Bank of Jamaica, the Guardian Group, BAMAC, and Mona Entrepreneurial and Commercialization Center. They have all joined in our vision to make this competition a reality. And we have the sincerest gratitude, and we hope that they'll join us for another 20 years. At this point in time, we will now hear from Mr. Nari William Singh, the Director General of the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority, with words of greeting as our platinum sponsor.
Master of Ceremonies, distinguished team at the UWIVC School of Business and Management, fellow event sponsors and partners, talented participants, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. On behalf of your extended family at the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority, I'm extremely delighted to again bring sponsors' remarks and greetings at this afternoon's finale of the UWIVC Vincent HoSang Venture Competition. The JCA joins in conveying our heartiest commendations to the team at the Mona School of Business and Management, our fellow sponsors, the talented student entrepreneurs, and other supporters who have ensured another successful venture competition year. This event represents the crescendo of efforts to enrich, diversify, and expand Jamaica's economic landscape through the innovation and talent of our youth. Despite the brilliance of the ideas presented at this evening's event, one team will win and others will take runner-up positions. However, it is true that all participants are and will continue to be winners, given the widespread talent and imagination that have been unleashed through the competition. Indeed, many successes and lessons will endure, as our 8 finalists demonstrate the truth of the late Steve Jobs' assertion that what separates successful entrepreneurs from the unsuccessful ones is simply perseverance. In this time of challenge, I implore you to persist and succeed as you remain shining examples of possibility and promise. As you persevere in the face of current and future challenges, please remember the words of world-famous boxer Muhammad Ali. It was Ali who famously said, "Impossible is just a big word thrown around about by small men who find it easier to live in a world they have been given rather than explore the power to change it." Impossible is not a fact, it is an opinion. If it exists, impossible is temporary. The truth is, impossible is the illusion of an imprisoned mind. Continue to blaze your trails and break new frontiers. As aviation shows, even the sky is no limit for any of us. Continue inspiring and improving our worlds with the traits you have unveiled for sure success in life and business. These traits are agility, or the ability to adapt to various challenges; creativity, that is, the flair to create novel solutions; and grit, or the ability to persevere despite adversity. As we all rise and succeed, let us remember to be someone's strength, another's inspiration, and yet another's reason never to do it. Please continue to be safe. The JCA wishes all participants success at this competition finale and beyond. Thank you.
Program for joining hands with the Vincent HoSang Entrepreneurship Program as our platinum sponsor for this year. We now hear from Mrs. Patricia Duncan Sutherland from the JMB Joan Duncan Foundation, who has also been a long-standing partner of the program.
Good evening. It is again our pleasure to be here at the Vincent HoSang UWIVC Venture Competition. As the JMB Joan Duncan Foundation, we have partnered with this competition for over 10 years, and we are very happy with the results that we have had. And we have not been alone in this long-standing partnership. I want to acknowledge the Vincent HoSang Family Foundation, represented today by Sabrina HoSang Jordan, and the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority, represented by Nari Williams Singh, ever present. But you know, we are the sponsors, and the competition couldn't happen without the driver. And so the chairman of the competition, Dougie Lindo, big up yourself. You've been doing this for years and you have been committed to this, and it has been successful for all of the years that we have been associated with the competition. And of course, Dr. David McBean, the head of school. We want to thank you for continuing to believing in this and to making sure this competition occurs. And today, this year, I couldn't bring greetings to this audience without acknowledging Jimmy Masalaman. The JMB Joan Duncan Foundation became involved because of Jimmy Masalaman. He was here when we just started, and he has a passion. He had a passion for entrepreneurship in our country, and he did a lot of work in this space, and this was just one of his efforts. So we want to just say thank you, Jimmy, and walk good. But as we are here today, yes, we acknowledge all of those people who create the competition and sponsor the competition, but competition can't happen without the entrance. And we have 8 finalists today, and I want you all big up yourself. You work hard, you got here, you're 8 out of more than 80 entrants. That's a big work done by the team, and we want to big you up for that and know that we are proud of this competition. But of course, there could be no finalists and there could be no winner without the judges. And our judges have been working with us year in, year out, and we really appreciate it. And we know that the work of this competition doesn't just result in winners of the competition, but results in businesses. And if not the business that was thought of in the competition, the people who have the thinking to create businesses in our country. And we know what Jamaica needs now is growth. And we know that growth will come from small and medium enterprises. And so we must encourage entrepreneurship in our country. So I thank all of you who have given and your effort into making this competition a reality. And I thank all of the finalists for your effort and your excitement in making the competition a reality and for creating those opportunities for yourself and Jamaica. So big up yourselves, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon, and we look forward to a continued partnership with the Mona School of Business and Management to make the Vincent HoSang UWIVC competition continue.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Patricia Duncan Sutherland of the Joan Duncan Foundation. Our partners give a lot more than just financial resources. They give time, they give expertise, they give of their staff as well to serve as mentors. And we're truly grateful for all of the support that we've garnered over the past years. When we initially launched the 2021 competition, we had around 80 entrants. You who are in this room know that you have come a far way because we are here with the top 8. Yes, this is a competition, so there must be a winner and there must be others. I'm not going to call anybody losers today because getting to this point is a victory. It's a sign of perseverance. It's a sign of prioritization because we all know that you guys are still students here. We appreciate you taking the knowledge and the insight and the advice from our mentors to have reached at this particular point. I know it's not a lot of us, but I'd love for you guys to give yourself a round of applause. But all the way there for a reason. And in my hands, I'm turning on our shoulder. You want to see? I'm nervous, don't you? You guys, if you could see the faces that I'm looking at. Interesting. I have to say an immense thank you. So before we get to the awards section, I got a little bit caught up when I looked at this, so apologies. I have to say an immense thank you to all of our mentors. As I mentioned before, we had 80 entrants at the beginning. We did our best to ensure that each and every entrant was paired with a mentor. That is significant resources in and of itself. And we thank also our judging panel. I don't grudge you for the role that you had to play in today's proceedings, because I know it was difficult to come up with this decision. So to Mrs. Stacey Halsall-Peart, Dr. Sharon Smith, Mr. Wayne Beecher, and to Mr. Wayne Sutherland, thank you immensely for participating and playing that most important role of being a judge in this year's competition. So I must go and talk or I must start announce the winners. I know I hear the winners then now, don't. And it's not time for the winners yet. Let me say thanks to the morning. We're not say anxious. We're almost reached the time, man. It's almost at the time. You guys have been faithful for 4 months. Give or take. We can wait for 10 minutes. Behind the scenes of the Vincent HoSang Entrepreneurship Competition is a faithful team. So you hear them big up Sir Dougie Lindo. There's a faithful team that stands with him to ensure that the competition moves smoothly. So to all the coordinators, to all the planners, to all the administrators who are now around switchboards, manning cameras, manning lights, taking pictures, an immense thank you. A lot of times they don't get it. Sometimes they don't get the camera turned on them, but this couldn't have been a reality. And so, yes, I'm sorry. Okay, the presenters.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So we're going to be presenting the respective awards for the competition. And to join me to help hand out those awards is Ms. Tamara Thomas, the coordinator of the Vincent HoSang Entrepreneurship Program. Mr. Chris Brown, can you join us up here? From the DBJ.
All right.
I know who the winner is. You'll soon find out too. The first prize goes to the best presenter. And if you know who you think it is, make sure you type it in the chat. Who are here from this video? Open the door and quiet on us. For the best presenter of the 2021 Vincent HoSang UWIVC competition is none other than Z-Rise. So Wilkins makes their way.
I could play a little shake if I was on it. Yes. Okay. Good. Go ahead. Good. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Christopher from the DBJ. To present the best presented financials, I'll invite Dr. David McBean of the Mona School of Business and Management. We get in there, we get in there.
Right here, right here.
For the best presented financials in the 2021 Vincent HoSang UWI Venture Competition, the winner is Trade Central.
Go back somewhere. Yeah. Until it's up. Yeah.
And Trade Central is represented by Miss Courtney Burgess. Congratulations, Courtney. To help us present the next award is Miss Janice Henlin.
No. No, not you, sorry.
Just get the signal.
No, no, sorry.
Miss Janice Henlin of the Mona School of Business and Management. Miss Henlin will be presenting the top undergraduate team. The winner of the top undergraduate team for the 2021 Vincent HoSang UWI Entrepreneurship Competition is Z Rise.
You hold your peace and tomorrow.
Z Rise. Thank you so much, Dan. The next award is the BAMAC Award for Digital Innovation and Implementation. To present this award, we have the program's chairman, Mr. Douglas Lindo. In addition to a plaque, the winner of this award will also get 200,000 Jamaican dollars. The winner of the BAMAC Award for Digital Innovation and Implementation in the 2021 Vincent HoSang UWI Venture Competition is none other than, I think drink's going to be on him tonight. It's Sways. Sways is represented by Carl Duncan.
No, shit. No shit.
Again, the winner of the BAMAC Award for Digital Innovation and Implementation, Sways. What's important is not just making money as a business. The Corporate Social Responsibility Award is also pivotal to creating a good corporate citizen, which is what I hope all businesses in this room strive to become. To present the Corporate Social Responsibility Award, I invite Dr. David McBean of the Mona School of Business and Management to give this presentation. The recipient of the Joan Duncan Award for Corporate Social Responsibility will also receive a cash prize of $40,000. We got more there, so I'm going to pass the top, the 200,000. Just to make sure. The winner of the Joan Duncan Award for Corporate Social Responsibility in the 2021 Vincent HoSang UWI Venture Competition is none other than Team T&S.
I mean, so you got one drive?
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Okay.
And share it, yeah. Good. Tell me stop now, come on, stop it. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay. Look at me, yeah, good. One more.
Smile like it was in 40,000.
Okay. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, ladies of Team C&S. Dr. Matthew, stay with us.
Yeah.
I was wondering where the mother.
Just a little bit of movement on our side.
No,
Continue.
yeah.
We're now at the moment of truth. What you've all been waiting for, not just for this afternoon, but since you entered the competition a few months ago. The third place winners, the presentation will be done by Dr. David McBean, who's already here. The third place winner of the 2021 Vincent HoSang UWI Venture Competition is Team Operator.
What, yeah, you got to put beer in your glasses, no? Okay.
The pink jacket must make it on the page two on the
Thank you very much.
so much, Dr. McLean. We're getting there. We're getting there. To present the second place awardee, I invite once more Christopher Brown from the DDG. I realize that as we go up in the place, it's like it takes a little bit more muscle to lift up the trophies. The second place winner in the 2021 Vincent HoSang UWI Venture Competition is the green team, Team Fresh Fuel.
Okay. Good. Yep. So, yeah. Thank you.
Another round from the DDJ. This is it. The moment you've all been waiting. For those who've joined us online from 2 o'clock, we thank you for staying with us so far. And I know that it's for the next 5 minutes. None of it talk about it. But it's for this time right now that you actually were waiting. All of the teams in the room, I only have the name of one team here. The team here represents the winner of the competition, but I want to assure you that the program is here to help those who are willing to persevere. That was the key trait. So please, we are all winners if we choose to persevere. But it's still a competition. I invite the chairman of the Vincent HoSang Entrepreneurship Program, Mr. Douglas Lindo, to handle the presentation for the winning team and right. I wonder if YouTube have start who they think will be winner. First place winner in the 2021 Vincent HoSang Entrepreneurship Competition is tell you when they come back from this commercial. Oh, that's where you work on YouTube. Good. All right, but I will do that. The winner of the 2021 Vincent HoSang Entrepreneurship Competition is. Want me to get a drum roll again? Z-Rise.
So no. Go ahead. Yeah. I need to sit down, dude. Okay. Okay. Very well done. Okay.
Each team, as we said before, each team was represented and assisted by a mentor. So we'd also like to acknowledge Vivian Scully, who was the mentor for our team. She's not here at the moment to collect their award, but we'll get into them. I hope all the teams here feel some measure of success. To give the vote of thanks, I welcome the chairman of the Vincent HoSang Entrepreneurship Program, Mr. Douglas Lindo.
Thank you, Roman. Really, very well done by our master of ceremonies. Let's have a round of applause. We have a very tight, small group that manages the program, of course, with the extended support of our MSPM family and our partners. But I remember in the early days, Jimmy used to chair a lot of these functions. But he was one of the most unselfish people that you ever wanted. He always felt very strongly that once he had set the tone, that the mantle would pass to someone else. You know, he was truly a very special person, and that's where I think we should go this evening. You know, I thought about Jimmy, and you know, one of my favorite poems is by Rudyard Kipling, and it's called "If." And just read a short part that just symbolizes so much what that gentleman was to this country. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings and not lose a common touch. That was Jimmy Masalaman, an icon of his country. And for those of you here this evening, those of you online who never had the opportunity to meet him in person, he had invested so well in what he wrote, in the public speeches that you had given. There's enough for you to invest some time to be the beneficiaries of an inheritance that will take you very, very far. So we start by thanking Jimmy for all that he has done. But even more thanking him for what his legacy means to us and all of us here today. Roman, you've done an excellent job. I want to thank our very special partners. You know, we've never been able to do it without our partners, and we run an entrepreneurial program here. We pride ourselves in being able to not just meet our budget and increase our prize money every year, but have something left over to invest in the post-competition activities for our entrants. And it has been no different this year. We can't do it without our partners. We can't do it without the team. We thank again I wouldn't want to say our parents, our family members here at Mona School of Business and Management, and of course the Vincent HoSang Family Foundation. We run this entire program like a family business, where our brothers and sisters keep us here, and we really celebrate what we've been able to enjoy together. We thank our very good friends at the Civil Aviation Authority, the Joan Duncan Foundation. Thank you for your very kind words. Carrying through the lives. Development Bank of Jamaica. What's important, young people, to understand is that when you can get private sector, academia, and government agencies to work together on a positive initiative like this, the sky is the limit. You know, so I really want to thank the DBJ for their continued support. Pauline, you've been invaluable to us as well as Audrey in terms of the venture capital ecosystem, and we recognize that. For the Guardian Group was joined us this year, Baymac, and of course MEC has been a long-standing support of the program. We really are truly grateful to you for your support. Our mentors. Again, every couple of years I give you metrics of how many thousands of hours that are spent, and it only grows because when you start with a competition that maybe I think in some of the early years we had 5 teams entering Vermont, and we're up to 80 teams, and having that level of mentorship, and it's not an academic exercise. We thank our mentors, we thank our judges for their investment and their acumen. Most of all, I really have to thank our teams. And, you know, I'm asked very often, you know, how do you manage to come back and do this every year? How come? And I'd love to tell you it's a pay scale, right? But there's not a pay scale, right? Every year I watch our presentations, I'm inspired to go another year. So I want us to give our participants, a full 80 this year, a big round of applause. Truly inspirational, and we want to see get perspirational, taking your businesses to the next level. There have been about close to 2,000 beneficiaries that have passed through this program over the last 10 years, not even just 20. And we thank Sabrina and the family for making that next step of contribution as we go forward. Our committee, Jan Henley, Dawn, Ramon, Jimmy, and Tamara, who is a newest addition to our family. I really thank you for the quality work. We've managed to make the transition, I won't use the word pivot, to an online platform. It was seamless and successful over the last 2 years. And it shows the capacity and the quality that the University of West Indies and Mona School of Business and Management brings to the table. The wider MSBM family, you know, I think of Brian and the technical team. You know, Kina, you've been and with the family for a long time, and the support team of our caterers. We really appreciate your input. But what will the program look like for the next 10 years? It's not going to look the same. Already, even before COVID, we were pivoting the program towards more post-competition support. You know, we continue to have extensive discussions with our private sector partners and the government, DBJ. And I was glad that Chris was here this evening because we were just having a few words earlier on how we need to really transition the support level necessary to see a lot of these ideas not only come to implementation, but importantly to grow. I'll just give you one quick story. I sit on a board called the Lab. Anybody knows the Lab? right? It is the Caribbean's most dynamic integrated media company. That company this year did $1.2 billion in revenue. And it was started fundamentally in 2012. I want us to believe in the possibilities that we have in front of us as young Jamaicans in Jamaica with competitive skills and qualities. Do not give up. Do not give up. So we're going to be transitioning the program to more post-competition support. I can't say we have all the answers, but we're going to need your help to make it a creative reality and a real reality. So without any further need to take up any more of your time, I have just one special point of recognition. On our team this evening, we want to recognize our very, very special committee member, Dawn Morgan, who has been in her service to our family here. And Dawn, this is a very small token of our affection. Let me ask our executive director to make this presentation. You've been tireless, you've been passionate, you have been so much to so many. It's a very small token of appreciation. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Doug. There's not much left to say after that vote of thanks. You've heard the commitment of the entrepreneurship program to assist, to guide, and to help nurture your ideas. Not, listen carefully, not the first place idea, not the second place idea, your idea. We didn't put that distinction on it. So we're here to help all interested teams to move forward. I'd like to thank everybody again for spending your entire Friday afternoon with us. Thank you to the viewers, thank you to the panel, thank you to the partners, thank you to the committee members. I think the vote of thanks already given that already. So I think all I need to do is to say good night.